up, guys? Welcome back to the shop. This is the long-awaited payoff video for the Caddy. We're back in the same spot 8 months later, and boy does it feel good. I'm gonna preface this by saying it's not done yet, but a lot of this project was helped along by some great people. We had a lot of people working with us, and a couple that I want to mention right off the bat. Vibrant Performance helped us huge on this thing. Performance World, great partner. And then we had Accuair help me with the air ride on this car. So we'll go over all that stuff as we go around the car. But I think right now, as this is showing on like YouTube and Instagram, people are loving the Caddy. And that's exactly what I built this thing for. I don't know if you've seen my video from before where we went over my cream puff barn find abandoned hot rod, but yeah, I'm the third owner of this car. This is 68-year-old car, 1957 Cadillac Series 62, 4-door, all original paint. It was original until we chopped it up. Sitting on Coker Classic white walls with the center caps, and I guess most notably, this is the reason why I built this car. I want to turn some heads. I want to make sure that people know that I'm not like everybody else. We've got the 2006 LBZ Duramax under the hood here. I've wanted to do this project for 2 years now, and just so happened to have the right time, the right people, and honestly the right car.
And the right amount of money.
And the right amount of money. Last year was good to me. So I guess we'll go over a little bit of what's going on here. First off, right as soon as you look at it, you see the intercooler here. This is 2 Vibrant Performance intercooler do-it-yourself cores that we got from them. Welded them together in the middle, make like a 23-inch tall by 24-inch wide intercooler. All the end tanks, all the sheet metal, everything that's black, everything that has a weld on it was built in my shop by my 2 hands, along with the Moral Sport from Brett, of course. Wouldn't have been able to do without them. But then we come in here, we got the Performance World fittings, all the fittings on this car, and I guess you'll see that on maybe the underside shot of this thing, but all the fittings on this car, all the hoses are from Performance World. They're a company based out of BC. They do fittings, hoses, they do so many parts that we don't even have on this car, but their catalog is huge. Awesome people to work with. Everything on their site is in Canadian dollars. So, first things first, you kind of see it's blue. We spent the time to paint it the same-ish color as the Cadillac. The original Caddy motor that was in here, and then of course had to do a little Malibu Barbie on the pipes, just make it stand and make it look like, yeah, I'm a diesel guy. So, LBZ, mostly stock. It's got head studs, stock fuel, stock everything else. It's got Battleborn brake set up for this car to run Hydro Boost with Willwoods in the front, Willwood master cylinder, and then it's just running stock drums in the back. So far, it's been more than fine. We got a performance built, what do I call that? 4L80 transmission here, built by Tom, legendary transmission builder in Winnipeg. And then it's got a billet triple disc torque converter. So far it works pretty good for everything that we've been doing. I only have like a minor complaint in that it stalls a little too high for me when I really get on her with a trailer, but is that too much to ask? It might be. So, coming around the side, you see this mint paint. This is all original. Everything except some of these terrible blow-ins. This fender, the other side, and then the back quarter looks, don't look at that. Everything else original. And this has been cleaned up by our good buddy, actually, Phantom Spa. His name's Colin. And he brought this paint back to life. It looked like crap. It looked like the inside of the fenders is all sun faded. He brought this paint right back to life. The black top looks absolutely amazing when I do wash this car, which is honestly more often than you think, but we got bugs, we get everything else, and it's just dusty where we live. But coming around, favorite part of the car, hardtop. I never knew how awesome hardtops were until I have 2 full-size doors that the windows roll down, and I got this whole wide open side. It is awesome. Only little complaint is they're not power windows. Anyways, We got this lovely carpet that Brett installed. Took him at least 2 days to put that in. It was not easy, and it was a very trashy fitting carpet, but it came from Rock Auto. It was like 300 bucks. I don't even know if I'd spend 300 bucks with you.
Yes.
The original was pretty gross.
What was in there was pretty bad, so.
It was pretty gross, but you can see, other than the carpet, all original interior. For the gauges, we're just running an Edge CTS3 off the OBD2, whatever ran off the motor. And then my favorite addition to this interior is obviously the $100 console from Amazon. That was a score. I don't know what I would do without a center console.
And whose bright idea was that?
Was it yours?
That was mine.
Really?
Yeah.
I did see it on Marketplace, not Marketplace, on Amazon. I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna need this. Doors closed, mint. Oh. And then, yeah. This is kind of one of my favorite parts of the car. It feels kind of loose. Maybe I should do something about that. The trunk. Pay no attention to my repair kit here and the microfiber. This is my car wash right here, okay? No, I'm kidding. We had some stuff going on last weekend that I thought I might need the JB weld. Thankfully, I did not need the JB weld. So it sits here untouched. But like I mentioned at the beginning, Accuair helped us a lot. This car is running their ultimate setup, which that includes the two 480 Accuair compressors, the computer to run it all, the valve, the Endo VT, which that's the valve tank combination. Awesome setup. And then it's running the 4-corner height sensors as well. It has been nothing but reliable for me, and I couldn't recommend it enough. It is awesome. So this car, hundreds of hours have gone into wiring this stupid thing. Okay, hundreds. And then at the end of the video, I'll tell you how much I spent on it, because even I was surprised by that. But everything except the under dash harness is all brand new. Brand new. I didn't reuse wires, I didn't reuse connectors. They're all brand new. So ran it clean, ran it how I do all my hot rods. Everything's tied together. Interface is mint, and it just works. I've had one problem with it, and I've never had, well, one electrical problem, and I've never seen that before. Terminal break off in the connector. So this side of the car looks just as good as the other side, except it has fender paint on this side, which is a big bonus. So I guess we're on the air ride topic. It's running Slam Specialties SS7s on all the corners. I built the 4-link for the rear with parts from Chop and Block and Switch suspensions. The front setup is sitting on a Murray's Custom Rods bracket kit with all the shocks. And honestly, so far so good. The worst part was my terrible design here on the 4-link caused some issues, which might put a picture in here, but it was pretty bad. We almost lost the diff. It's running the stock caddy diff. I haven't done anything. I opened it up to put wheel bearings on it, and I was surprised by 23 spline axles. So when they tell you, oh, I need big axles, no, you don't. This thing, you can do peelers, you can do donuts, you can do whatever you want. I don't know for how long though, no guarantees. But, oh, look at this, horse flying here. I haven't fixed the window yet. This window does not roll down as of right now. This side looks just as cherry as the other side, other than the fact that I haven't vacuumed in months. Where am I going here? What am I doing?
We should go back to the back of the car. You missed the tank, you missed the hitch.
Oh yeah, right. Everybody's favorite feature is my trailer hitch that you can't even see right now. So we got the trailer hitch behind the license plate. I actually have to unbolt it every time, but it's fine. This car hauls awesome. We hauled the race car. Obviously we hauled the mousetrap. Obviously we pulled the mousetrap out of the ditch or out of the barn ground, mud, whatever. Yeah, hitch, awesome. I went under there. It's still bolted on, so we're winning. The bolts are all tight. Nothing's broken. Fuel tank. Obviously there's no spare tire anymore. So I took the spare tire out, made the floor flat, and we built a full-size gas tank, the full width, It's like a 30+ gallon tank. It is awesome. This car on the highway gets like 25 miles to the gallon. What's to complain about that? And then one of my favorite things back here is just the little 4-inch sewer pipe that's under here, right here. Full stainless, 4-inch exhaust from Vibrant. They supplied all the parts for that, and then I hand built the whole thing. But it goes from the downpipe on the motor, underneath the body of the car, the cab, it's all Vibrant oval, and then right in front of the wheel here, it changes from oval to round. And then we got the little round tip on there. You can kind of see that there's something going on, but everybody always asks me if the exhaust is coming out the bumper. No, it's not.
So have you verified yet if it ever came out of the bumper?
No, I haven't. I
think it did.
All over the internet, they're like, some do and some don't. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if that was a muffler shop special.
Why a Duramax and not a Cummins? Your last truck was a Cummins.
All right, if you want to come here, I'll show you why not a Cummins. You see how here we got the pipe in the firewall, and then we also have a mechanical fan. The Cummins is like 4 inches longer than the Duramax, and I did not want to cut the body on this car because cutting the body would have meant a lot of work under the dash, and I didn't want to touch that because it's all 70 years old. Secondly, fewer people do Duramaxes, and they're way cooler, in my opinion. And then thirdly, my Duramax sadly got stolen. If you're a real long-time viewer, you'd know that from one of our first videos. That bad boy got stolen, and I've never recovered from it. So I needed a Duramax in my life because I just love the sounds. And I don't know, nobody has something like this. I want something that nobody has, and this is definitely something that nobody has.
So my second question, you've driven it now, what, 5,000 miles?
This car has over 5,000 miles on it.
In like 4 months?
No, 2.
Okay.
2.
Yeah, wow.
We've had it done since World of Wheels, which was
March.
That's where that viral video haul in the Nova happened.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, it went to a show. Everybody loved it there. It was like a fan favorite. And then I didn't win anything. Still chapped that I lost to a postcard in a hardtop class. But anyways, I got third. Second best participant. That's what we're gonna say.
And you've drove it across the country already.
Yeah, so this car took us to
not us.
race cars.
Not us. I wasn't invited.
Oh yeah, it was just me. Anyways, my butt sat in that seat, and my leg was so sore because my cruise control doesn't work yet. But this car drove the Tin Soldier race cars and back with no issues that were at all major. All the major issues have happened since I got back, which is miraculous. Yeah, so the 4-link, I broke the 4-link because of my bad suspension design, which we'll be updating in a future video with even some more parts on the back end. And then, yeah, what else happened to this thing?
Just the connector.
Oh yeah, just the connector,
and
yeah.
the 4-link. So that leads me to my second question though.
Yeah.
What would you change now that you've driven it?
Okay.
What would you do over again?
What would I would
take the 4-link out of it.
I would do the whole thing over again. The only thing that I would change is I would add good shocks. This is running like Monroe off-the-shelf Rock Auto specials, and there's just no tunability. So this thing rides a little bit rough. So that is definitely going to be changing in the future here when I make money this year. That would be really nice. Coming
soon.
Yeah, loading still. But yeah, I'm gonna go with a set of Viking shocks. They're like $1,500. So
Canadian.
I'll go over that after we're done my spending list here, which I gotta get. So otherwise, I wouldn't change anything. This car has been awesome. The amount of attention it gets is ridiculous.
Just perfect for a guy like you.
Yeah, it is. It really feeds my ego, which I don't need, but.
Now's the expensive part.
All right, so this is, everybody's been wondering about this whole time, and I've been telling them I spent, you know, I had a number in mind,
And this
It's
wasn't it.
close, but it's not close at the same time. So I'll just go over like a couple generalities, whatnot. So we bought the car. The car cost me 18 grand. All right, and we got the donor motor from Facebook Marketplace. It cost me 3,800 bucks to get it here. We had to take it apart, by the way. Then I got the 4L80 core. This is a good deal here. 150 skinnies, nice and cheap. But the used lift pump, that was probably the worst deal I got on this whole car. I got absolutely screwed on that. If homeboy ever watches this video, man, he scammed the crap out of me. But anyways, we got it running. It cost me 585 skinnies, which is basically almost a new fuel pump price. The new fuel pump would have been a better deal.
And not full of sand.
Yeah. So we got the Accuair Ultimate setup, cost me 4,800 bucks. Hydro Boost brake kit, which is the bracket, the Hydro Boost, the pedal, and everything that came underneath it, 1,250 bucks. Bags, 4-link in the front bag kit. So everything I got from Switch Suspensions, basically, the chop and block builder kit, universal deal in the back, the bags, the front kit from Murray's, and then there's miscellaneous fittings, a couple other things. 2,270 bucks. Okay, that was shipped here. Then I got the transmission rebuild from Tom. Came in at a whopping $2,726. Okay, then we got the converter from Maddie. Screaming deal here, saved me a lot of money. 600 bucks. All right, here we go.
For the viewers at home, I've never heard any of these numbers myself, so this is...
Yeah, this is a... I haven't even added them up yet. Transmission controller. This is where I thought I was going to be spending 1,400 bucks. I spent 15 at the junkyard. Good deal.
15 bucks?
15 bucks. Front brakes. The Willwood. I think it was the Willwood kit. 1,420 bucks for the disc brake conversion in the front. Master cylinder, also Willwood, $443 from Summit Racing. Okay, this is where you might be wondering, you spent how much on your wiring setup? So,
and hold on, before we go any further,
any of my time.
Before we go any further, we have to touch that this is all Canadian pricing too.
Okay, this is all in Canadian dollars. I didn't split it up like I wanted to, but this is what building hot rods in Canada is like, okay? It's just, you just open the pocket and it flies out, okay? So, wiring parts. This is wire, connector ends, loom, other connector ends, and that's about it for the whole car. But most of the cost was honestly on the engine harness. $2,651 for parts. It took me almost 200 hours to wire this car. Actually, probably over 200 hours total. Radiator. This is just the core that I bought from West End Rad in local to us. $1,100. Just the core. No tanks, no nothing else. No brackets, no nothing. Then we got intercooler and exhaust. This is my bill from Vibrant. $3,583. That was for the intercooler core, all the stainless piping and all the stuff that I needed to build the exhaust for this. There was couplers and some other fittings and stuff to make the boost tubes, all that. Then we got engine rebuild and labor. Remember I said the engine was $3,800 ready? All right, it had to go to the machine shop for surfacing because I pulled it apart. And the surfacing bill was gonna be 400 bucks. Well, I walked out of there with a $1,400 bill for that. And then this is all the miscellaneous other, like the Y bridge is new. There's a couple other things that are new. This is the gasket sets, the head gaskets, all the rubbers, all the bolts, all the other, whatever.
Head studs.
Yes, head studs as well. $4,358. So I have almost 8 grand. No,
you have almost 9 grand.
Over 8 grand in my motor. And you'd be like, wow, you are a little bit not smart. You're like, well, brother, I got a motor that runs mint. So, well, other than the starting, which I still don't know what that is. Okay, hoses and fittings. So this is my PW bill from Performance World. This is everything that I used to plumb this car. All the fittings, all the hose ends. Like you saw here, like the radiator fitting, radiator cap, stuff like that. Performance World. $1,304. Okay, miscellaneous laser parts. This I didn't even add up. because I didn't have all the bills. I just guessed. This is for brackets. This is for stuff on the, this is like the intercooler end tanks, the radiator end tanks, that kind of stuff. Bunch of the fan shrouds, stuff like that. $2,000. I think that's a low guess. I think that's a low guess. And then we got miscellaneous parts and paint. This is stuff from like piston ring. The undercoating was probably like $300 in undercoating that Brett sprayed on the bottom of this bad boy.
That's all rusting already.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's what happens when you drive it in the salt. And that stuff, I don't even know what was on those bills, but it $22,041. Okay? Shipping and taxes. This is something that y'all in the States don't know anything about because shipping is dirt cheap down there. Here it is not. And the taxes that I got charged at the border, also not cheap. And this is probably low too, but this is the only bills I found. $1,046. Okay. Miscellaneous hardware. This is like stainless bolts. I'm not gonna lie, I spent about $300 on bolts just on the motor. And then there was other bolts and other hardware and stuff like that. Came to $500. That's a guess. Okay. And all the stuff I pulled off the shelf. Then we got miscellaneous Summit and Rock Auto. I don't even know what these bills were. I didn't look at them. I just saw them on my MasterCard and I was like, yep, that's definitely for this car because I'm not working on anything else. $1,323. Then I got on here, well, I don't got on here, the one I forgot is the detail. And it was, I think Colin charged me to do the whole car, which I thought was incredibly cheap, $650. Highly would recommend Phantom Spa, just by the way. So that brings my grand total of things that I actually know of to $56,675. So if you look at this, do you think this is a $57,000 hot rod? Keep in mind, we got 5 months of a lot of that time was pure labor. So, Brett, you did the math before on the way here. What's 5 months of labor, $100 an hour?
It's like $80,000 in just labor.
No, 80,000?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna call 4 months. 4 months.
$64,000.
That's 60. Over 60 grand in labor. So do you think people are like, oh, would you do this for someone else? I'm like, yeah. If they want to spend $120,000 on a 70-year-old, not finished, like mint, 4-door car, you think you want to spend 120 grand on that? I don't know. But anyways, I'm making this sound like I'm not happy with my hot rod. I am extremely happy with this car. This is the coolest thing I've ever owned. This is, and keep in mind, we got the Nova. This is the coolest thing that I own, and I love every second of driving this car. There's nothing that I would not want, besides shocks that maybe work a little better than this. So, you kind of see what the car is. You see how the car looks. I'm gonna say that I still got another 10 grand to spend on this car to make it picture perfect, exactly what I would really want. And that's fixing the seat in the interior, maybe a couple other things like the dash pad and like the $1,500 Viking shocks that I need yet. And that's probably about it. But all in all, safely say another 10 grand. So I'm gonna be like $65,000 in on this car. I hope my mom's not watching this, man. She's gonna fear for my life. So yeah, that bill probably in the States would have been like 38 grand, maybe 40 grand. So it's considerably more expensive to build hot rods in Canada than it is in the States. We overpay for shipping, we overpay for taxes, we overpay for a lot of things. And then the exchange, which is just a tax for being in Canada. It's the best. It really is the best. But yeah, I don't know. What else we want to know about this hot rod?
I think we've covered it all.
All right, you want to know what it sounds like from the inside?
I want to hear from the outside first.
Oh, you do? I was rolling in here with Eastbound and Down by Jerry Reed playing. It was a good day. all my gauges, everything I need on the edge. Of course, months go by and I'm looking on Marketplace, can't find anything. I buy it, 700 skinnies to get this thing, okay? I don't even know if that was on the list. I don't think it was, because I didn't go over any my Amazon bills.
I didn't hear that. I also didn't hear anything about the tank.
That was in miscellaneous laser parts.
Okay.
Get out of here. Yeah, so
let's just round up to 60 grand minimum.
Yeah, we're gonna say 60 grand. But for 60 grand, you want to hear the noises it makes for 60 grand?
Sure.
All right.
Dude, that pulls pretty hard. Holy crap.
Dude, that's got the mildest Duramax tune-up in it. Long for a hot rod for 2 years. And then you lose your prized Duramax that you bought for cash that was mint. You know,
let's not go that far.
You really, okay, it was not mint. It was mint to me, okay?
It just wasn't meant to be.
No, that's right. When you're on the road and you're just cruising, you're keeping a steady pace, silent, like a grandpa hot rod, and then you want to get on it. I love this thing so
It's surprisingly quick.
I love this thing so much.
So what kind of horsepower do you estimate right now as it sits?
Oh, it probably makes less than 350.
Really?
Yeah.
And what rear gear do you think's in it? Because it pulls.
Oh, I know it's got a 3.0 in there.
Crap.
It's got a 3.0 gear. The converter is whatever Maddie had. Think boogies. For what it is, it rips.
And then when you come back to the dash, so the dash is completely original, untouched.
All that I did was in the wiring. The temperature gauge works, not awesome, so you just go with the edge. And then the fuel gauge works, but the fuel gauge, you can see when I stop,
Sloshes.
it has no damper on it, so it just goes wherever it wants. Not like your car today.
And then my favorite part about the whole dash is when you key on for the glow plugs.
Oh yeah, I did wire that up. The Jenny light is my glow plug light, my wait to start light.
That's pretty cool. And someone's gonna say, well, the speedometer doesn't work, but
no, it's $700 like add-on for me to make the speedo work. So it is not a priority right now.
But
because I got the speedo here.
The Edge has the speedo as well.
Yeah. So I would love to have the speedo working, but you know, I'd rather have $700 to spend on other things.
Like bow strap.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
So this video, we're filming this Saturday evening because I put a poll up on Instagram and guys said they want to see the caddy before part 3 of the mousetrap.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
I know, they've been longing for the caddy content. Yeah, I'm sure this one's gonna catch a lot of people that didn't watch the build series on this car. Because a lot of you didn't watch the build series, but it's fine, it's there for later. For your enjoyment later.
I mean, we also probably didn't film nearly as much as we should have.
No, we were on a time crunch and we didn't make it.
And our first drive video is happening right now, about 4 months after.
Yeah, with 5,000 miles on it. Yeah, well, I want to make sure we built a proven hot rod before we paid it off. I want to thank you for watching this video. For one, learning about my terrible spending habits, but it's all in the name of good fun. That's what I tell myself, at least, to keep a smile on my face. But if you like this content, you want to see me build some more cool stuff and us work on some more cool stuff, I don't know, like the video or something, share it with your buddies. Just share it with your buddy and go like, oh, this thing's got a Duramax in it. I don't care. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we were talking about on that little drive there that I forgot to count, but we'll just say 60 grand to make it even.
We'll round up.
Yeah, make
60
it even.
flat.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching. Come back for the next one. You never know what the heck we're going to buy. I'm always on Marketplace. So, yeah, thumbs up, subscribe. I don't know. I don't like doing that. Cut that part out.